Yeah, I love this sport, but it's very difficult. I always dream to win a Champions League. I think football is a business.
Hello everyone and welcome to a special episode of Digitain podcast We Talk Business. I'm Ani Mkrtchyan, Chief Sales Officer of Digitain. Today's podcast is a special one because it is happening in Yerevan in Armenia. I have my colleague today joining me, Hmayak Arakelyan, but we're not going to talk about business today. It's going to be a special episode during which we are going to talk about football, sport and everything in between. Please join me in welcoming our special guest, our brand ambassador, legendary football player, Golden Ball winner, and just our great friend, Luis Figo. Welcome, Luis, to Armenia.
Thank you.
Great to see you. How are you doing today?
I just arrived in Armenia last night, so ready to work and ready to see this beautiful city.
This is really our great pleasure to have you here. I think this is the second time that you are in Armenia, or just third? Third.
Yes.
Nice to see you again, and again, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your career today. During our last podcast, we talked about business, we talked about our partnership, Digitain, our products and features, solutions, etc., etc. But today we want to talk about yourself, about your career, what you have done, etc. You definitely had an incredibly successful career. Was there any special moment that you look back and say, okay, that day or that moment you decided, I'm becoming a football player, I'm becoming a successful football player?
Well, just one moment in the 20 years career is difficult to just spot one moment, because I think in the beginning, when you start in the grassroots, you always dream to achieve a professional level, and is always some moment when you are signed the first professional contract, or when the doors open for the first team, in this case Sporting. I think that was the crucial moment, because you have to do the option between continue to study or to take it more serious, the professional career of football. So I think that was between so many after that moments of my career that were important. I think I have to choose this one because it was the doors open for the professional level, and to follow my own dream.
I'll just add the question. Obviously, you are an icon in the football industry, one of the greatest to play. And the question that interests me is, during your playing period, was there a time that you think shaped you as a person, as a player, helped you to grow as a player, as a person?
Not just a moment. I think the values of sport make you grow in terms of your own character and personality, and like a person for the future. Because I think what you learn and that values of sport will help you to take so many important decisions in your life and your business in the future. So I think it's difficult just to say one, because value to play, to know how to share, to know how to play in a team, to share some important moments of friendship, and to build your character, to know how to win and to know how to lose, make you stronger for the challenge that you're going to have in your own life. So I think it's difficult to say a moment, because sometimes you learn more when you lose than when you win. That make you more strong, doesn't kill you, but make you more strong for the challenge that will come. And of course, you learn so much about the relations that you make to your career with other people. So I think is very important. Just to say one moment is very difficult in 20 years. But that values, I think, help me to understand and to grow in terms of person.
And you're talking about this collaborative sense or type of football. Do you think that those values were also somehow influenced by your coaches or your teammates, or do you think that they have also influenced on your mentality? And will you, let's say, separate any of them?
No, I think you always, like I said before, you learn with the positive examples that you find through your career. I think sometimes when you are probably in more weak positions, that you see the example of your teammates that push you for turn that moments in a positive way. So I think it's a team sport. It's totally different than tennis or golf, because you pass most of the time alone traveling, and we can support each other. So you can see the examples of for positive and negative, of course, and take advantage of that.
But football is obviously changed. It's very different now due to mostly social media, due to the exposure that the players are having. How do you cope with this exposure in a personal level, as a footballer, as a person, and as someone who is getting the fame?
Well, of course, football changed because it's an evolution of society and technology. And I think, like everything, is positive and negative situations. But I think is right now the social media and all this kind of stuff. I think you have to adapt, to live with that, and to take advantage of this tool in benefit of yourself, and of course to connect more with the people and the fans. That was before. But you have to understand that these positive things that can turn to negative too, and if you don't use it in the best way. So you have to have that clear. But it's like football change in that sense since my generation, because I think it's the evolution of what we have now and what we depend now in terms of technology, but you have to use it in pro of the best decisions in football.
If we talk about your career starting now in this social media age, would you start now, and do you think your journey would be in the same way as it was several years ago when you started without any internet, without any social media?
Well, I don't know, because right now the social media is a tool that you can use it to be more close to your fans. And my time didn't exist, and at the same time this is like a situation that changed totally in terms of promotion, sponsorship, and this kind of area. So totally different. I cannot compare. Football is the number one sport in the world, so without social media we achieve all parts of the world. With social media, I think you will be more strong, of course. So, but I think in that sense, everything changed. So, I don't know, probably the promotion will be more strong now, because you see big names of football, they have millions of followers. Doesn't mean that in my time we didn't have like these millions of followers, but we didn't really knew the number and what kind of part of the world that we can be famous or recognized. So I don't know, that is the difference, no?
There are very talented young football players who are getting exposed on the social media, getting their part of the fame, and then they become more like a superstar than a footballer. In this sense, what would be your advice to these young footballers who is trying to cope with the part of the fame that they are getting?
I think the most important, if you are a football player, you have to perform like a football player. What comes out is like accomplish of that, because in the end of the day, you can be very strong in social media, but if you not have a career or a performance that supports that, doesn't mean nothing. You are more an influencer than a football player. You understand? So I think you have to focus on what is your passion and what is your job. In this case, is like play football, play well, follow your goals and your team goals and your dream, and then comes the rest, because I think is a tool, like I said before, that can use it to continue what you do in the pitch and to be, of course, close to your companies that you work with, your fans, and daily you just show what you want in the hand, no?
Coming back to your career, you definitely had lots of proud moments, but will you separate one that is the proudest moment of all your career, that you look back and say, okay, this was my proudest moment of my whole football career? I know those are many.
Yes, because when you win, you always proud moments, and these your achievements that you are very honored to make in that time. No, I think to be world's under-20 champion was my first biggest proud moment, and then I always dreamed to win a Champions League. Because I grew with that competition, seeing my idols and my reference in football. I never saw to win a golden ball, so this for me was just unexpected, and at the same time a dream and a big honor to have been included in that list. So in the end, I think this is the biggest one. I always had the dream to win something with my country, but that didn't happen. So in the end, I think if that happened, was the biggest moment. I just had a chance to win in an under-20, so I know what that means for a nation. So yeah, I would love to have that chance, but in the end, football never gives you everything that you want. No?
But I think that the fact that you're representing your country and everywhere your flag is like visible, metaphorically saying, is already a great deal for your country. And I know how people cherish you in your country. When we met you in Lisbon, I remember how when you were like crossing the street or like walking there, how people were reacting you, how fans were cherishing you. I think this is also something that you have done for your country. And I know how patriotic person you are. So I believe the fact that you're a football legend and you're from Portugal is already big thing for your country that you have done.
Yeah, but we have to remember that football is also always, as a life, is all about ups and downs. So I know we discussed a little bit about in the beginning of our podcast about the hard moments, but can you remember any hard moment that you think taught you a lot in your life, in your career?
Yeah, of course, I think for a football player, when you don't perform or you are in a moment that you don't play a level that you think that you should play, is always negative. And of course, it's most moments when you got injury. Fortunately, I had not so many injuries, but in 2002, in the year of the World Cup in Tokyo, in Japan and Korea, I had a serious injury during the season. So for me, it was like 4 or 5 months suffering with that, and then we had, of course, the final of Champions League after the World Cup. So I was really not in 100%, but this is the moments of a player that you wanted to be always in the pitch 100%, and when you can't, this is the negative parts of football. When you're not playing, when you have injury, or when you lose. So in that sense, I think is the worst negative moments that you pass through the years.
And is it easy to mentally switch off after the match? Because I have an impression that the football players are never ever switched off. They are always on the pitch, directly saying, or even after the match, with mind, with thoughts. What do you think about this?
Well, the balance in life is what is more difficult to achieve, no? But I think, of course, so many games right now that it's positive and negative things about that too. Is that you cannot switch totally, because you finish to play in the week, and in the middle of the week you have another game. But in the same time, it's positive, because if you have some bad performance or a loss, you can always have few days just to don't think too much about that, and to show in the next game that was just a small mistake, no? So in that sense, things go so fast that you don't have time to don't disconnect, and at the same time when you have a negative result that you can show the next game so close to the last one that you can change the situation.
I'm just curious for one thing. If you would go back, what would you tell to 18 years old Luis Figo?
18. I should say 14 or 16, because 18 you should be already professional. No, I think.
Let's change to 14.
No, I think. Well, I think this is a beautiful passion and job. What I should say is that this is not just beautiful and what you see sometimes that okay, football player lives amazing. That is a lot of big contracts, deals, blah blah blah. But in the end, if you don't take it like very seriously, and in that age you have to be first of all with the talent to be professional, and then you have to work so hard to dedicate so much in this profession to achieve the professional level. Not only to achieve, but to maintain, because sometimes it's easy to achieve, but to maintain so many years in high level is very difficult and sacrifice. So of course you can have a beautiful life, but you have to work hard for that, because it doesn't gonna fall just because you think that you are talented, no?
So it's also about so much discipline and hard work, and you will get introduced to your younger self about the also not disadvantages but the difficulties of pursuing a career. But I believe you will still continue, even knowing at that age all those, let's say, challenges or difficulties awaiting for you, because at the end of the day, when you achieve the result, you, let's say, forget about all the difficulties and challenges that you have, and then you cherish that reward very much.
Exactly. And you said when you were answering the question that it's all about passion, but I know that you are also a big fan of golf. Can you tell us, how did you get into loving golf?
Well, yeah, I love this sport, but it's very difficult, because I start to play when I retire, because you need time to play, and I think it's because the complex of this sport, I think, is one of the most difficult, because you have different clubs, and in the same time, I think it's very competitive game. When you are a competitive player, so you can play against of course you play against the course, but you can play against friends, you play against yourself. Yeah, I love it, because I love to compete, and in the same time I think it's good, always good and healthy places, beautiful courses. You can walk, you can just think about what you're doing, and in the same time you can have good time with your friends.
I never played golf, and I always thought golf is more like non that physical sport. But today when I was here, I said, okay, let me try to play golf, and I tried it, and it's very physical actually. When you swing the ball, it's kind of a physical.
Is there any similarity or connection between golf and football? That's why you are fan of golf, because I imagine football is speedy, is passionate, is like about movements, action, etc., etc. Golf, I imagine, again, I'm not a golf player, but I imagine it's calmer, more relaxing. Is there any connection between the sports, or maybe it feels the other part of yourself that football cannot feel? How did you take up this hobby?
I think can be similar. Of course, it's not like you have to run, you have to be aggressive, but in the same time, you have to be very competitive if you want to do a good score. In terms of skills, you have to be very technical in terms of the swing, and yeah, at the same time, it's powerful too, because to hit the ball long, you see the golfers, the professional golfers, they are very strong too, in their movements, of course, and yeah, I think it's a beautiful sport.
I think every sports need discipline. Everything needs discipline. Is one of the key things of success. And speaking about success, and we were talking about World Cup. World Cup is coming. It's in a couple of weeks, and I would say it's not only mine, but it's one of the favorite tournament of, I would say, world favorite tournament, let's say it this way. And we know that you played in 2 World Cups. And what was your like strongest memory of the World Cup?
Well, I think it's one of the biggest competitions in the world for football, and it's strong because it's nations competitions. Of course, everyone follows, and it's world. So it's world means a lot of views, a lot of people interest, and for me, the most beautiful memories was 2006, my last presence for my nation team in Germany. That we almost achieved the final. We lost in semifinals, but I think in the end was special for me because it was the last, and I was like making a break from 2004 from the national team. I came back, so I think we performed really well. Unlucky because we cannot achieve the final, but I think in general was very, very positive.
Okay, let's come to another topic which is very interesting for, I believe, our audience and for me personally as well. I know and we know that you have a fashion brand that you have established very recently. It's very interesting that you have decided to enter into the fashion industry. Tell us, how did this happen? Do you want to bring something new to the industry? Anything that the other brands maybe are missing? What is your vision for the brand's development?
Yeah, well, this is business for me. In the end, I'm an entrepreneur too. So, of course, it's something that I like a consumer. But now I'm, of course, launched the brand like 2 years ago. And we just wanted to do things with quality and our own style. I think we are trying to find the niche of market that is more the way our lifestyle I have. With good materials, so I hope that people likes. I think it's always difficult because there's so many competition in the market, because so many brands. But we try to figure out and to come with the style that people see it like how is. I identify my own lifestyle in terms of to be very versatile, because I travel so much, and to find people that have the same lifestyle. That, for example, in the morning we are here doing an interview, you need some type of style clothes, and then probably you're gonna have a meeting, business meeting, and then you can still have the same style. So very 360 grades versatile for different moments during the day. So let's see. I think the most important is to do it the best you can, and see if the market is up to take it well or not.
But Luis, how different is business and football? Do they have any similarities or they don't not? Just curious.
Well, I think football is a business. So for so many people, I think in the end of the day, the people that come into football is because of they love the sport. But the investors is the same. I don't see that any kind of person that starts a project or investment is starting to lose. So I think you can connect both in terms of the passion and the success, the results. I think they are similar, no?
Indeed, yes. And I want us to be back to the roots of all this, how everything started with Luis, all the collaboration with Luis. I think it's already 4 years that we are collaborating, we are partnering together.
Wow, already.
And yes, it was like...
It's like quick.
Like quick, yeah. It was really like yesterday when we first met you in Nice, south of France, and we started the partnership with you. We had the press release with our industry colleagues, media, etc., etc. And this collaboration is already 4 years. What do you think about it? It's at the end of the day a collaboration between a technology giant and a legendary football player. How do you feel about the collaboration? How it started for you? How do you think about its vision? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm very pleased. I think more than a collaboration that is important for both. And I saw since the beginning the company grow so much internationally. So I'm very pleased of that I could help a little bit in my part that this success, the promotion, that we work very well, but more of that, I think we connect and we have right now a partnership that is go more than that professional, so it's more friendship and personal. So I think is a fantastic mix, because means this is very positive, work well. And the example is that the time flies, and it's already the 4th year that we are together. So I hope that we'll continue for many years.
Thank you so much, Luis. As I have already mentioned, we feel that you are a part of the team, you are a part of the family, and thank you for watching We Talk Business. Stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch other upcoming sessions with us.
Very good.
Done.